Gaming, and today we are going to be tackling my main BAE, as you see in the title, Nova Prime. We've been using quite a lot. I use it practically all the time now. I really love her kit overall. And before we go into anything concerning her fashion and everything else, I'd like to thank everyone who viewed the previous videos. Still, no one's commented yet, but don't have to. But if you are enjoying the content, please leave a like. And if you've got any comments about the fashion or what fashion you want to see, please leave a comment down below. And if you haven't already and you want to support the channel, it'd be great if you could subscribe as well. Right, with that out of the way, let's jump in and let's see what we can do with Nova Prime. Right, I've turned all volumes down concerning characters, so I don't get distracted by anything, as you can see. Right, as you can see, we start off with the base default skin of Nova Prime. I've taken all attachments off, all colours, so you can see what we're getting into when we start from scratch. I'll tell you how I achieved my look. Okay, right, so yeah, so we've got all right. So let's start off with the primary colour first. Right, the colour I went with first is on the fire palette. Yep. And it was column 3, row 17. Yep. So deep red, almost black even. Okay, right. So the one thing I do like about this skin is that the way it goes from dark, where the colours blend in round her sort of midriff, and the sort of circular curve patterns on certain aspects of her skin. Really nice. Okay, so now we're on to the secondary colour, which is on the Gamma palette, another palette I really like to use, and this one is in column 3, row 1. See where it all blends in, sort of graduated colour in. So that's the next one to choose. And now on a tertiary. Yeah, which is basically deals with this blue color that's in our default colors, and this one I chose from the Hate palette, and that one is again in column 3, row 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's just slightly lighter than the previous colour to make it stand out, but not too in your face, so to speak. And it all blends nicely with the darker red. Yeah, subtle. Right, so now the accents. The gold or metallic bits, if you will, on her body. Right, so I'll go with a good old favourite palette of mine for the golds. I mean, you could go on the heirloom side of it, which is nice. But I'm gonna go for a good old favourite of mine, Twilight, and that's in column 4, row 5, I think. Going by a note, so I put down here. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Again, it's not too bright. It's just right. I always tend to go for subtle colours more than anything else. I don't like to go too overboard with things when it comes to my fashion. Right, so that's that down. Right now we go for the emissives, and we'll go more. Well, I like using sort of the fiery colours on the emissives and the energy. So again, fire palette is quite a heavily used palette with me. Column 2, row 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll do the same for the energy, so keep it all the same. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we go with the fire palette, and we go for the brightest red there, and same for the energy. So it all ties in very nicely. And that's in column 1, row 9. Yep. Just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's fine. So all the base colours there, all nice and neat. Looking good, looking good. Right, now, for this, for her animation this time, normally I go for like Mirage Noble or Cora Noble, but I've been using recently Wisp Noble. And the reason for that is I just recently got the helmets going, finally, after quite extensive grinding on Deimos, and I managed to subsume Wisp's Breach Surge on her, which is apparently a really good ability to subsume on quite a lot of frames, because it does crowd control as well as decent damage. So that is the main reason I've chosen the Wisp animation, and damn, it looks good on there as well. Really shows off her curves. Very waifu looking. Okay, so that's that done. So now we go on to the attachments I'm using for this look of hers, and I'll go to another good old favourite of mine, the Elastorm. Again, when it comes to my fashion, I very rarely go like full bling, totally overboard. I always prefer the more subtle and really the bits and pieces of attachments and armor which really go with the skin. And since she's floating, I thought I'd, just basically, especially like, let me show you. So the way she spins around, the way the actual tassels on this armor set really just really flow, really nice. And again, Elastorm on the right shoulder, it's fine. And then we go on the same throughout on the legs, looks really good. And let's go for main colours. Boom. Damn, that does look good. Right, on the Cyandana for this look, I always go for another good favourite of mine, the Mithra. The Mithra Cyandana. Actually, let's have a quick look at other options you could go for. Okay, because you want really a sort of Cyandana which is going to basically sit nicely in between these two energy ports, you'd say, on her back here. Let's have a look. That one sits nicely, so you could go for that. The Sita Rakta Cyandana. Let's have a look what the Bennu looks like. Not too bad. I mean, it hides those things at the back. Actually, it meshes in with them and looks pretty cool. That's another good one that go with it. Disconnect. Yeah, that works definitely. Yeah, that flows nicely. And Dew Volpi Cyandana. That's not too bad because both parts of the Cyandana actually sit slap bang nicely on those things that stand out on her back there. Pretty cool. Actually, let's put that on and put the main colours on it. Actually, that does look good. That does look really nice. Yeah, it does look good. Okay. But let's go for some others and see what they look like. Actually, let's go back to what the other ones I looked at previously. Yeah, okay. Bennu. Actually, damn, that does look good. But we're going with the look that I eventually ended up doing for her. Let's carry on with that. Look at some other ones. Harpana? No, the colours don't tie in that nicely with the rest of it. Hylas. Not too bad. Pretty good, pretty good. Though you would have to change this so give it a more reddish colour rather than orange on it. Not too good. What's another one that would look good on there? No, definitely not. We'll come back to that in a minute. What's it then? Is it Nsadu? Cyandana? That's pretty good. What's another one, a good one? Oh yeah. Pulchronopsis. That's not too bad. What other one will look really good? Actually, let's try this one. I only recently acquired this from the Parent Sequence Syndicate. No, that's pretty good. So I might have to swap the colours around a little bit, but don't quite tie in with the rest of the skin. Not quite. It looks slightly out of place. A good old favourite of mine is the Telos Cyandana. You get it from the Arbiters of Hexus. Again, it's not obtrusive, but I might have to switch the colours around a little bit to make it all tie in that much better. And what's another good one which might be good? The Velocity is one that I do use quite a bit on a few other frames. Let's have a look, see what that one's like. The colours tie in very nicely. They do indeed. I do like that. But we'll go what I've actually kept with, which is a good old Mithra Sandana. Yeah. I just like it as the actual, like the tails of the Sandana is still all energy, and you can still see all the details through it because it's semi-transparent, and then don't get in the way, and any clipping that you might notice with any more any of the more solid Sandanas is not noticeable in this because it's the energy color. There's energy. That's fine. Okay, so that is the look I've gone with my Nova Prime, my main. Cool. Right, so whilst we're here, there are a couple of other looks that I did come up with Nova Prime here, which I'll briefly go on. And actually, let's change this around a little bit because I think these... Is that a secondary or tertiary? I'll go back to attachments. Yeah. So I think it's too light. Let's go back to... See if we can go on the height. Yeah, I think they're too light. Those bits. So if we go how dark can we do that one? That's too light. Go onto the fire again. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's much better. So you can see these like diamond-shaped parts of the Elastorn armor. They're just too light there. It doesn't blend in, doesn't tie in with the rest of the color of the skin. That's too dark. A bit lighter. Yeah. And that color. Right, again, I'll go on to the fire palette again. Yeah, just a little bit step up from that. It ties more in keeping with this colour you see on her arms here. Yeah, I think I'll do the same with the Sandana. So I'll just copy the attachment colours. Yeah, that definitely looks better. All ties in very nicely. Nothing stands out too much. That's great. And that's the final look we got for Nova Prime, the main look that I've been running with her quite a lot recently. Right, so I'm going to briefly sketch over the other looks I've gone with her. With different skins, attachments to Sandana. I'll go briefly over the colours, so give you an idea of what I came up with. Okay, so go with this one. Right, as you can see, right, well, I've gone with a bunch of colours which I've run with previously. I still do occasionally, sort of like, right, so let's go with it. So, I went with the overall skin, the Mithras. Basically, I didn't go for different helmets for each of the skins. I just went with the helmet that came with the skin, just to keep it all tied together. I mean, you could go with a different helmet. Right, so I went with Mithra skin with Mithra helmet. So let's have a look, see what other options, see what it looks like with the Prime. Prime helmet looks pretty good on this skin. Actually, I don't hate it. I quite like it. Grax helmet. Let's have a look at this. One that came with a deluxe skin. Again, nice. Goes well with it. Not too shabby at all. Atomica. Yeah, that's okay, but these accent colours here on the helmet, not quite loving that. So don't quite. It's not too bad if you like that. If you like the helmet, go for it. Grax one, again, the accent colours, these colours here, not a fan of it. I don't quite go with it. That's not too bad with the normal like vanilla Nova helmet. Lamia. Now that does go with it. The Lamia helmet is one of my favourites from Nova. For vanilla or for the Prime version. And Quantum helmet. No, again. Excuse me, just sneezed. Yeah, not quite loving that. Slipstream, going to be the same. Those these pale gold colours don't quite sit with it. Nova Stinger helmet. Now, that's not too bad. That's pretty good. Tachyon. Not quite getting it. Nova Visage. That's pretty good. I haven't got a Nova Flux helmet. I haven't got the Void Shell skin as yet. But what I went with the base Nova Mithra helmet because the swirls on her legs there. It all just ties nice together. Right. So let's quickly go through the attachments I used. Oh, I do like the Mesa Noble animation set. It's really nice. Right, attachments. I went with the entire armor set of the piercing eye armor and the Imugi Prime leg plates. I really do like these shoulder pieces of this armor. Really nice. With just enough, just the right amount of gold on them. Actually, I haven't tried it with a Sigma yet on this. Let's have a look. Well, yeah, but Heirloom Sigma goes really nice. Envine, no, not loving it. But this one that came with the Nova Deluxe one. Let's have a look at this. Can we change it? Let's see what it looks like if we muck around with the position of it. Right, so that's the Kyros. Let's go with that one. That's it. Let's change the position of it. See what it looks like. Yeah, I do like that. Let's. Yeah, actually, I'll leave that on her there. Yeah, and right, and to finish this entire look off, Went with the Deru Sandana. Again, all the golds tie nicely together and the edgy cut. Let me just briefly go over the colours of her. Right, so I went with a really pale creamy colour that came off the Nama. That's in column 1, row 1. And I went with a teal colour. This time, instead of the ice palette, I went with Potentia, and that's in column 2, row 1. And on the details, the tertiary colours here on the legs, the swirls, that came off the Undying palette. Column 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, row 5 on that one there. And again on the accents, I went with the Twilight, exactly the same colours I did with the previous look. Okay, right, now we go with the one you probably know as most popular skin, the Atomica. Now this one, on the colours, I went random. I completely hit random. Must have been about 20 times before I found the colour combination I liked. I mean, I think I changed the tertiary, but the primary, secondary, I kept, because I thought that looked really nice. Because you got the primary colour, and that was again. That came off the Xmas palette. And that is in column 4, row 16. So again, this is like a creamy colour. This is the one I hit at random. And the one which you think is for accents, but it isn't. It comes under a secondary. This is the other random colour I had. And that came off the Valentine palette. And that's column 4, row 16. I thought, yep, that looks really nice. It's different. I've never come across it before. So that's that done. And then the accents are kept with, which covers basically the metallics just behind her knees, and a couple of places on her feet, and just inside the elbows, and a couple of accent bits and pieces on her neck, on her elbows there. Again, excuse me, Twilight palette, but this time I went with a slightly different gold colour. I could go a bit darker. No, I think that takes it away. I think I prefer the more subtle colour. Right, okay, so yeah. And when it came to attachments, I wasn't too sure at first what attachments to give her. I tend to give her like the etheria. Let me show you what I mean. If we go for let's see what it looks like with the etheria on the shoulders. Yeah, but I've always gone. It's okay, but don't quite sit well with it. And I've always seemed to go for Etheria, so it could be a safe bet. Because Etheria does look good on a lot of frames. Well, I thought I'd go with the just for difference, the Suda armor set that came where it's one of the rewards you get from the Cephalon Suda Syndicate. And the reason being is because when you go default colors, it tends to be blue, But when I went with the main colours, I wasn't too sure how the main colours would look. Would it all tie in? And hit it, and boom, it did. Where it was blue colours on the actual pieces, getting close. Yeah. It ties in very nicely with that secondary colour just there. And it looks good. It does look really, really nice. All ties in nicely. I mean, and you can see from like the tertiary colour on the actual main skin itself. Again, I didn't want these colours to sort of stand out too much. I want to be slightly darker than the rest of the skin, so it's subtle, but not in your face, so to speak. Let's get in a bit closer so you can see what I mean. I can show you what I mean. Yeah, so stand out from the main part of the skin, but not too much. Yeah, that's really good. And to tie it all together, I went in with the let's pull that a bit. The cyanoid Cyandana, which came with with the actual Cephalon Pseudo Syndicate as well. And I thought to keep with the main theme of these curved shapes and lines of the attachments in the Cyandana, and the way the curves of the Cyandana pick out the sort of the curved details on her skin as well. I thought I'd go with attachments. There you go. With the Tomoe Signa. I did try the heirloom one, but I thought I've done that to death, and I use it on quite a lot of frames as it is. I very rarely use that one. The Envine Signa didn't go with it. It's not too bad, but it's not brilliant. The Hana Akada Signa, not brilliant. And Krios, no, didn't go with it. I only recently acquired the Rhino Heirloom Collection. No, definitely not. But I haven't got this Signa yet, though. I'm going to get it eventually, but but until I actually purchase it, I can't really give a good verdict on that one. So in the end, I went with the Tomoe, because it sits nicely just behind her head. And it ties in with the way the energy comes from the back of her head, as you can see. Let's see if changing it. No, let's go the other way. Yeah, it all ties in. Looks like it's actually just burst from the back of her head. Yeah, see what I mean? Really looks really good. And that, my friends, is all three looks. I've gone into more detail on this one. I'll just give you a brief look on the other ones as well. Let's see what well, I'm going to try something here. Because depending on what weapon she's holding, a primary weapon especially. No, actually, I need to change that back to the right colour. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't changed that previously. That's more like it. Right, yeah, so depending on what primary weapon she's got, depends on the way her animation interacts. So, one animation I found out on the Wisp one was her holding the bow, which I thought was really good. Looks really nice. Watch this then. If she does it, I thought it was a really cute and cool animation. Yeah, like that. That's nice. I want to see what I don't know what the other animations you can get with. Let's try a different weapon. Rifles and that's always the same. Spear gun. See what it's like with the Scourge. I'm not too sure with it at the moment. Can't remember what the animation was like with it really. Yeah, let's have a look, see what it's like. Come on. Do your thing. Sometimes you wait for ages for the animation to kick in. Normally it shows you. Here we go. Not too bad. What other weapons that's totally different? I don't think there's any other. Okay. I thought the bow one was a really cool one. I like it. Go back to the pseudo though. And there we go. And that overall is my look for Nova Prime. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope I gave you a few ideas for Nova Prime. I mean, I really should do one for other Nova skins as well. So if you haven't got Nova Primers yet, I can see if I can come up with a few options for all the ones who just got the vanilla Nova. Maybe I should do that. Yeah. But I think the next video that I'll be doing will be tackling Rhino, in particular Rhino Prime, because I just recently managed to get all the parts and craft Rhino Prime, which I had 2 parts for well over a year. I hadn't gathered all the rest until recently. I just recently done some fashion with him concerning his new heirloom skin. So that is going to be the next video which I'll be doing, the Rhino, and mainly dealing with his heirloom skin. And that will be the next one. So that's Nova Prime done and dusted. I'd like to thank everyone who's watching. I'd like to thank everyone in the Warframe Fashion Frame community for really responding to every time I post a link to these videos in the community. The amount of views I've had on the Fashion Frame videos I've had have been so overwhelming. It's so good. Some of the most views I've ever had on any of my videos. I thank them all. I thank Warframe for coming up with such a bloody good game, as we know, with a really good end game. Fashion Frame. It is the only end game, as you all know. Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone who's reacted to my posts I put on Facebook, on Instagram and everything else, all my socials, and for the community for sort of stepping up and have a look at my work and enjoying the stuff I do. So, thank you so much for all watching. If you're enjoying the content and you want to support the channel and push us more into that YouTube quote unquote YouTube algorithm, please leave a like. And if you want to put a comment on the video, please do so. And if you want any requests of what fashion you want to see on the channel, I'm quite happy and willing and open to any suggestions that you want on any skins you want tackled or frames you want me to have a stab at trying to get some really good fashion for. Please leave it in the comments. And if you haven't already and you want to support the channel, subscribe to the channel, please. That'd be absolutely immense. Already I've had a few more subscribers since the last video I posted. Gone from, so in the past 2-3 weeks I've gone from 16 subscribers to 20 subscribers, which is really good. I know I'm only sort of small fry, but I'm not here just to get views, just to get subscribers. It's nice, but it's mainly to like put over the work that I do on fashion and on the photos and screenshots I take and post in the group and on social media. I'm really passionate about this. I do love my fashion framing. I do love taking the screenshots and showing everyone else in the community how much I love doing this sort of thing. So, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.